Love that. So let me show you guys this, because this is such an important piece of that. And like I said, one of the folks commenting was asking about the Thanksgiving dinner. This is when, like, I really fell in love with Stripes, because I had been probably a dozen times at this point, and then I was reading in the Navarre Press what you guys did during Thanksgiving, and I've got other events. I'm sure you know exactly what you guys have done, but this is one where I just fell in love. Because talk to me about what this is like when you get to holidays like Thanksgiving. For those who don't know?
Well, just to let you know, this has been going on for about, I think we just did our 7th year.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I says, you know what? We're going to open on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Just as a regular,
Yeah.
and it didn't go over very well. We did get a few people in
Yeah.
who said, "Oh my God, you guys are opening
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
I burned the turkey, right?
Thank you."
Yeah.
But it wasn't very successful. And I says, the one thing that I would like to do would be to, instead of trying to open and make money, I says, I think we would like to get together and just have everyone, not being open, but being open.
Yeah.
I says, and get everyone together and just do kind of like a potluck.
Right.
And the first year, it went pretty well.
Yeah.
And from there, it just kept going on and on. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I said I'm not going to do the Thanksgiving this year, I think they'd probably knock the door down and do it anyway
yeah,
without
it's part
me.
of it. Yeah, I got a couple other pictures here. Of
We fed
look at that. Yeah.
We fed about 650 people this year.
Incredible.
Those are all, everything is donated.
Yeah.
Publix
That's
donates.
unbelievable.
Everyone gets together. I have people who come from all over who
Yeah.
say, I came to volunteer or I came to have a meal
Yeah.
because I have nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Sometimes some things kind of, bring a tear to your eye, but it just means everyone gets together and it's amazing. It is amazing. We all get together and have a great time and watch football and the bar's open.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, that is culture. That it's the best parts of community and tradition. I mean, that's what you've created. I mean, the other thing I wanted to talk about was COVID, because that was the time when you guys were fighting and you were doing everything possible. So my experience was, as soon as COVID hit, right, and thank God for living in Florida, because it wasn't nearly as bad here in terms of all the restrictions and stuff. You guys were. I remember your staff was like shuttling out food, and they we'll come to your car. We'll drop it right there with and then we'll back away slowly. I was like, come on, man, give me a hug. I'm just glad to see somebody.
Yeah.
That was amazing what you guys did, while so many other folks were taking the hits and, hey, there's too many restrictions, I don't know what we're going to do. You guys were fighting so hard. You were like, hey, people depend on us. And they need somewhere they can eat out, right? People forget about that. It wasn't that long ago, to be honest, though.
Yeah, and you're right. It luckily we were here in Florida.
Yeah.
And so it didn't last as long as other places. But in between that time when we were shut down and not allowed to have anyone in there, I says, what can we do? I know. Let's put music outside.
Yeah, I remember.
And have people pull up in their trucks.
Yeah,
we can serve them out there. They can drink beer. They can do whatever out there. But they can't, because they can't come in.
Yeah.
And people remember that.
Yeah.
And they go, those were the best times, in the worst times.
Robert, that was the day that I was making the decision with my wife to stay here in Navarre. It's because I was given the opportunity with the Air Force, like you've talked about. It lets you go to all kinds of different places.
Sure.
And we said, are we going to stay here? We're going to move to D.C. because that's where they were sending me for my next assignment. And we had just picked up some food from Stripes, and I was watching your staff work as hard as they were, and I was hearing what things were like up there in D.C. And I was like, we can't leave this place. I mean, look at these people. Look at what we have, right? And it's a special thing that you've built, and that you are part of, as well as many of the other local business owners. So to me, that's the moral obligation that we have, is to support folks like you who go the extra mile, right?
Well,
to be able to make Navarre what it is.